Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh God. Woo. All right. I really got to change that starting soon thing. Like, it doesn't match the aesthetic anymore. Hey, what's up, Josh? Hey, I got a lot of what's ups. Hold on. Farhan. Actually, you know what's crazy? The chat is always people that I actually see comment all the time. Like, some people think, and like, this is a really small channel, right? But some people still think that like I don't recognize who it is that's commenting. Like, I read comments, like not all of them, okay? Some people get blocked, like not blocked, but you can no longer like see their stuff anymore. It's this one guy, and I don't even remember his name actually, but it's this one guy, and like under every single video, man, he was just like bashing me. And at first I was like, it's not a big deal. It's like, whatever, you know, everybody has their opinion. And then it got to the point where it was like, what? Like, really? Like, I got a question for you guys. Like, just starting like really quick. Are my videos clickbait? I don't know. I'm starting to get that more and more. Oh crap. First it was TSR's community. And because believe it or not, even though Spurs, like you would think like the Spurs fan base will be at one channel or like all the channels, but that's not the case. It's not really like that. It's different types of Spurs fans, you know? Like I noticed that people over here, or more so in like the teenage to like 30 range, and then on other channels they might be a little older, you know? Oh, I don't even know, how do I say that name? Is that your name? That's a pretty cool name. I don't know how to say it though. But thank you, OVO. I don't know. But you literally talk about the video title. It's definitely, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, and I don't want to be like, hold on. Cause we got a few things to talk about. And I have an announcement. So I'm doing a podcast now with some characters you might know. We're starting that after this. I'm gonna be on here for an hour and then I'm hopping straight on there and hollering with the boys. I actually be on here till 8:30. And then yeah, I'll be with the boys. Let me see. So I don't think this is clickbait. Like people that say it's like, look, I'm very mindful of criticisms, but like OVO Young ALB, maybe ALB. But I don't think this is clickbait. Like, okay, we go through them, right? Or some of those haven't been uploaded yet, but we go through them. Spurs fan disgustingly humiliated Spurs game. Yeah. Spurs gave a glimpse to the future. Yeah, I talked about that. Dejounte Murray's most valuable asset. I mean, they might be kind of sensational, but that's not clickbait. Clickbait to me is not what you put out because you speak your mind and on the subject with all your, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, none of this is clickbait. I'm sorry. Lonnie Walker passed the that's not clickbait. I don't know. I don't know. I'm telling you, it started over at that community. Because they started doing that when I started talking about the possible, that's what it was. It was like the possible trades and stuff. Hold on. It was right before Derek White got traded. Gotta be over here. No. Oh, thank you. I just got a new member. Hold on. I gotta change this because it's coming out on the wrong thing. All right, there we go. Much better. Yeah, I don't think this is clickbait. Hold on. Hold on. I'll find this and then we'll talk about stuff. I'm sorry, guys. It's just something that's been bothering me. Okay, look. Okay, it was around here. Like, okay, teams are calling on Derek White and DJ. That was not a lie, and that is not clickbait. Spurs should try. Yeah, none of this is clickbait. Oh wait, Phoenix Suns still interested in Thad Young. Timberwolves discuss trade for that. Like, these are articles that I got that were legitimate articles. They weren't just like out there, you know. Spurs trade Derek White. Obviously, that's just news. Spurs trade that. Yeah, I don't do clickbait. I don't care. I don't do clickbait. Where's the podcast? Oh, I can tell you. Hold on. We just created the channel, so just give me a minute. Oh wait, what? Tell me the channel doesn't exist. I have to see. Oh, okay. Our channel's messing up. I can't give you the. Hold on. Hold on. Maybe I can give you a. You guys gonna have to wait. Yeah. It's. Just give it a minute. It's a pod. Yeah. The hustle and flow comment. What was the hustle and flow comment? Was I talking about Bryn Forbes? No, what was it? Was it Steph Curry? It was Steph Curry, right? What did he say? Oh man, what did Steph Curry say? Congratulations, Mike. That's what he said. He was like, congratulations, Mike. I was like, dude, that's DJ. It was so weird because Steph Curry does kind of have that like raspy voice, so it was like perfect. All right, let's talk about stuff. Everybody want to talk about stuff. Can we talk about this? Because I just saw this, so yeah, we'll talk about this real quick. First and foremost, once again, Dejounte Murray is very irritating when he types things out. You know what really bothers me about this? When you put like the capital letter at the beginning of every like word in your sentence, what bothers me the most is like you have to like purposefully do that, right? Like, is there a setting on your phone where you could just do it? Like, you have to don't you have to hit the cap and then undo the cap and then like you have to do that? Why are you purposefully doing that? And it makes it kind of hard to read. But yeah, okay, so DJ says year 6 done just like that. Wow, thank you to everyone who supported me all season long. That real and genuine love go a long way for sure. Thankful to finish a year healthy and wouldn't trade it for anything. You with me or against me, and it's that. Oh wait, you with me or against me, and it's that simple. I get 5 months to get better, stronger, smarter, and be ready to take my game to a big time level next season. And I'm standing on that. See y'all later. That's what DJ had to say. Thoughts? I don't really have many thoughts. Well, I don't have any thoughts, but there's a lot of thoughts in the comment. Why don't Instagram like fix this? It happens all the time. All these bots. It's like crazy. Like, why are they getting at the top? Like, it's crazy. Like, you can't even find the Spurs fan comments. Good Lord. God, bro still got me blocked. See, this is what I was talking about. Like, everybody said that I did something when DJ blocked me. I didn't do anything when DJ blocked me. DJ blocked me when he was a rookie. I didn't even, like, know who he was. I think he got drafted, and I was like, ooh, he looks good. And then he was like, ooh, block. Like, yeah, he blocked me a long time ago. He blocks everybody. I don't like that. So thoughts on this? Yeah, sure. Year 6 is 6 years? I guess, man. I don't really care. It's just a lot of, and it's not just DJ. It's just a lot of talk. And I know that we're not good enough, and we're not gonna be good enough until we get stars. But man, I'm just tired of the talk. You know, it's kind of exhausting. It's like every season too. But I mean, this is more of a thank you post. It's just, to me, I just don't really care anymore. I just want us to be better. A lot of people blocked by him. Like, every single Spurs account is blocked by him. Give me a power forward over center. Okay, so we're talking about the future now. Do y'all think Keldon would be back next season? Yeah, Keldon would be back. Oh wait, no, I don't know. Actually, that's a really good question. It's not that easy, is it? Oh, that's a really good question. Hold on, where's our cap space? That is a really good question. That seems like an obvious one, but it's really not. That's a good question. Crap. Can I get rid of this? I can't get rid of that ad. Oh, you see, Keldon Johnson, 2 million, 3 million. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be honest with you guys. I wouldn't be surprised if they packaged Keldon with a pick. But honestly, that's only if we get ninth. But honestly, Romeo Langford, I don't know if the Spurs really had intent as far as like playing him. He might have been somebody that they just thought in the back of their heads, like, he's not making that much. He has a lot of upside. Teams could use somebody like that. They might try to package him maybe with someone else and a pick to move up if they have to, because we could very well end up in this range. First off, let me just ask the chat, do you guys understand this? Because I did a video where I tried to explain it, and I'm not like an expert, okay? There's like plenty of things I don't understand. But do you understand it? What's going on here? Because they changed it up a few years ago, I think. I've seen some comments where people said, well, we might land 5th, 6th, 7th overall. And it's like, no, it's impossible for us to land those spots. We will not land those spots. That's just how the lottery's set up now. But I'm just trying to make sure you guys understand it. Keegan Murray would be fine. Yeah, Keegan Murray would be dope. I might do a second video on him. I did one on him before. He's a really good scorer. Okay, y'all naming a lot of people. It's either 9 or top 4. Right. Yeah, I know some people got, oh yes please, like try to explain it. Okay, so all right, you guys remember when I was going crazy about the San Antonio Spurs not making the playoffs, where I was, oh wait, maybe you're talking about something else, but you remember when I was talking about how I really don't want to make the playoffs, like, oh, to another Keegan Murray. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. I guess you guys do get this. I don't want to explain it too much, but yeah. Anyways, look, I didn't want to make the playoffs, and the reason being is because we wouldn't get a top 14 pick, and then we'll be right back in the position that we are now. But the fact that now we, will at the very least get a 10th overall pick, we're in a much better position. So some people say, like, wow, it's only a 20% chance of getting a top 4 pick. That's not a legitimate shot at a top 4. And I don't know where you're coming from with that. A 20% chance at a top 4 pick is a high percentage. We basically got a 20% chance at the 10th. So we got a 20% chance at the 10th and a 20% chance at the top 4. Like, that's a decent chunk. I don't know where people are coming from with this. It's definitely 50-50 going either way, but yeah, we need that top 4. But yeah, I don't know where people are coming from with this. Like, try to conceptualize it in this way, okay? And this might be kind of morbid, all right? This might be kind of morbid, but if we were playing Russian roulette, okay? If we were playing Russian roulette, and I basically said it's a 1/4 shot of the gun going off, I think you would freak out, right? Or would you be like, it's not that big of a shot, maybe it'll be okay? No, you will freak out, because that's a big percentage. That was morbid, I'm sorry. That was really dark. I shouldn't have said that. But you get what I'm saying. 20% is a high percent. And not only that, there's been a plethora of teams that only had like a 2% shot at a top 3 pick, and they still got it. Like, I think the Grizzlies, when they got Ja Morant, they had a really small percentage of even getting it. I wonder, can we do this by year? Hold on. When did Ja Morant get drafted? 2019? Yeah, 2019. All right. Let's try something. Let's do 2019 NBA draft lottery odds. Wish I can go back to Tankathon. Here we go. All right. See, look, Memphis. Well, no, they had a pretty decent shot. Is that 6? Wait. Okay, we got slightly less chance than they did. But they end up getting the 2nd overall pick. Wait, here it is. But yet and still, I mean, if you see here, they had basically a 70% shot of not getting it. So it was about 30. They had about a 30% chance, right? It's about 30, right? Yeah. They had about a 30% chance. We got a 20% chance. I mean, it's not that crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know. You guys know what I mean. Like, we have a legitimate shot. I'm just saying it's not like for nothing. Like, people think that this isn't a good shot. It's not for nothing. The Pelicans, like I said, they can afford to do it. Like, they don't care. Like, their chances are much lower than ours of getting the top 4 pick. But then again, it's also much higher than ours, or a little bit higher than ours, because they have the Lakers. They own Lakers are screwed, by the way. Like, Lakers are really screwed. Like, they're giving up their lottery. Like, this is what happens when you create a super team for the short term. You get screwed over for your future. Lakers are screwed. I hope that one championship was worth it. And honestly, when you're the Lakers, I don't think one championship is worth it. Like, if you're the Toronto Raptors, sure, you know, that changes your franchise forever. Never won one. But you're the Lakers. When you win the championships, you want to create a new dynasty. And the Lakers are not the Lakers of old at all. They're not the 2000s Lakers. They're not the Showtime Lakers. I don't know what they are. Honestly, I think we will get Ayton. I think we got a legit shot at Ayton. By the way, the podcast name, I'm gonna do it with hair. Oh my God, Swish Hill, sorry. Maddie and Impeccable, and you know Impeccable from the chat. And I talk about him. I talk to him pretty often, in even on stream. Like, I bring him on and stuff. But it's gonna be called Views from the Rafters. It's gonna be pretty dope. I hate that we don't have the channel going. I don't know what happened. But I just got recreated. Hey, that's Impeccable. Okay. So anyways, yeah, as I was saying, if we made the playoffs, we could have just kissed this goodbye. That's why I didn't understand where a lot of people were coming from. I think most Spurs fans, or like the ones that were shooting for the playoffs and excited, I think they just didn't watch the team all season. I think they just saw them go on a run at the end and not like realize who we were going against. Which, to be fair, I mean, if you go to the Spurs Instagram, I mean, you would have thought that we were world beaters. I mean, look at some of the stuff that they, like, look at some of the stuff they post. So 20,000 people, about 21,000 people like this. You want me to believe they were all watching these games? They weren't watching these games. You want me to believe they were watching these games? Consecutive games with 20 plus points at 22 years old or younger. Tim Duncan, 13, Keldon Johnson, 9. No, don't bring up stats like this because it's very misleading, okay? Now, don't get me wrong, Keldon Johnson, that's great, 20 plus points, but like, it consecutive games with 20 plus points is not that impressive. I mean, at the age of 22, I guess, but not really. That's not that impressive. 9 games in a row with 20 plus points is not that impressive, especially if you're really conceptualizing what was going on with us, where we were going against a lot of bad teams and he was kind of the only option. 20 points is not that impressive. Like, let me see if I can find, let's see, Tim Duncan consecutive. I wonder if I can even find this stat. Games, 20 points. I don't even know how I can find this. I don't even know how I can find this. Oh, this is the NBA Finals. See, this is what he was made of. This is what he was capable of doing. In the freaking NBA Finals, this man had 32 points and 20 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 7 blocks. Good God. 7 blocks. Are you serious? This was game 1. Are you serious? Like, don't even compare. Like, that's what bothers me. They did the same thing with, I mean, and here's the thing. This is why this is misleading. Is because, first and foremost, okay, Tim Duncan is a superstar, obviously. But it was a little different then. Because Tim Duncan was the main guy, first and foremost. He was a superstar. But Keldon Johnson, like, for them to say 22 years old, like, everyone on our team is young. I just don't think it's that impressive when comparing the two. And not to mention everything that Tim Duncan brought. I mean, it wasn't just like 20 plus point games. I mean, Keldon, he'll give you, let me see. Actually, let's look up these games. I wish I knew when did Tim Duncan even have 20 consecutive? I would have thought he would have had 30 plus consecutive. But we do Keldon Johnson. ESPN. Right? We do Keldon Johnson, ESPN. Stats. Here. Alright, so we do this. And we go to recent games. And I'm assuming these are it. These are the consecutive ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, these are the consecutive ones. If you look in here, the points are kind of the big ones. Like, he has some decent rebounding, right? 8, 9, 7, 5, 2, 8, 6, 6. I wish I could look at Tim Duncan's, but how much you want to bet that Tim Duncan had like 10 blocks a night and like 20 rebounds? And like, I don't know. I'm just going to make an assumption that Tim Duncan was doing a lot. I don't know. I just don't like those comparisons, man. That's great, but like, the reason I don't like it is because this was liked by 21,000 people, and I guarantee you that these people have not watched these games. You would assume that he's like a superstar with something like this. Yeah. What the heck? See, this is what I'm saying. Look, like, this is a straight up bot. There's nothing but bots in here. Maybe the bots liked it. Tim's first 2 years were monster stats. Man, this is sick though. Hold on. This is absolutely sick. I mean, he stomped him. Hold on, player stats. Oh my goodness. 11 for 17. 10 for 14. They had to keep fouling him. 7 blocks, 3 steals, 20 rebounds, 32 points, 6 assists. That is ridiculous. And no one even got close. Wait, this is 2003. Where's... Oh, starters. Oh, I'm stupid. Here we go. You know, it's really hard to make the argument that Manu Ginobili was a superstar to like a casual person showing something like this. 7 points. Yeah, no one even came close to Tim Duncan. Like, it was literally played through Timmy. That's ridiculous. David Robinson was pretty effective. 6 for 8. But he wasn't David Robinson. I mean, how many blocks did he have? Oh, am I missing it? Oh, yeah, 4 blocks. Still wasn't the same David Robinson, though. Wish we had a DL type player that can play the 4 with solid D vision and hit threes. Hey, I got news for you. There's a player in particular that I want us to get. You guys know who that player is? It's funny you say that. There's literally a player I think we could get. I think it will be a phenomenal pickup. David Robinson had a lot of crappy teams. Yeah. Kyle Anderson. I think it would be really nice if we could pick up Kyle Anderson. And he's unrestricted, so I don't know what his other offers will be. Luckily for us, this past season with the Grizzlies, they haven't used them like they had, previously. So his stats are down. Actually, I'll look up his stats for you. Let's see. I think his stats are down. And that's a good thing. That's like a great thing, actually. So we look here. Yeah, let's do this one. Yeah, see? He had like a really good season, past season, and then they stopped using him as much. You can see he only started 11 games. He went from 69, starting all the games, to only starting 11 out of the 69. And yeah, everything went down. 7.6. Still the same. Block still the same. Assists went down. But yeah, I don't know. He might want to go back there. I don't know. But I don't know. Would it really help him? Like, it's not really helping his career staying there. They're not using him the same way. He went from 27 minutes to 21 minutes. Yeah, I think that would be a really good pickup, actually. There's not a lot of players on this team I trust as far as like b-ball IQ, but he's definitely one. He would most definitely help. And if Keldon Johnson's still with us and he's still doing catch and shoot, because he was pretty decent as the season went on with his catching and shooting. Yes, in April he shot 41%, 33% in March, 38% in February, 41. Yeah, he was good. 50% in December, 54% in November, 11.8% in October. That's when he was really bad. Yo, Clan, what's up, Cody? A big shout out to the person who just became a member. Thank you. I think that was that John that became a member just now? I really appreciate it. Like, it really does help. I make so many videos and you guys are really making it kind of pay off. But if you want to be a patron as well, please do that. I've already decided what I'm gonna do about the jersey. I'm gonna do it at random. Okay, like I'm gonna do it in the spinner and then I'm just gonna announce it. Okay, because technically, all right, and the winner is going to be, somebody who's already a patron, YouTube member, or whatever. But technically, you're not allowed to give things away. Or you're not allowed to, like, incentivize people to become a patron YouTube member to give something away. So, disclaimer, don't become a patron or YouTube member just for the giveaway. Okay? You understand? I'm making an announcement. Don't do it. All right. I think we got the point across. Yeah, I think we got the point across. I really do appreciate you guys, like, supporting the channel, though. I'm gonna go, Wait, what? Drew Time. Let me see. Who is this? I recognize the name. Gonzaga? Oh, wait. He's a shooter, right? Right? Isn't he the shooter? I don't know, man. Cause is his defense that good? Let me see. And he will be a second rounder, so I'm assuming from what I remember. He's a shooter. He can't play D though, right? Let me see. Oh, he can shoot. He showed up in the in the championship. No, in the tournament, I mean. Oh, maybe he's not a shooter. I'm wrong. I thought he was a shooter. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look at some highlights real quick. Yeah, let me see. Drew time. I can't show it on screen because obvious reasons. God, that's loud. That was blasting my ear. All right. I'm gonna look at his 37-point game against Texas. I'm very confused. I thought he was a shooter. All right, he plays with. Let's see. He's a center? I guess I've just seen him before. Maybe I didn't watch a lot of him. I was more focused on Chet. Let's see. This isn't that impressive. Hold on. He is a good shooter. Maybe I was right. Timmy. He got some arrogance to him. I'll tell you that. He doesn't seem that athletic. He seems a little slow though. Yeah, he seems a little slow. I'm not seeing a lot of like post moves. Let's see. Well, no, he's a post. He got a nice little hook. He got kind of an old school game, doesn't he? Horns fan here. I wouldn't base it off of that game. They are terribly undersized. Oh, the team they're going against? You mean Texas? I mean, yeah, these some like little guys, and he's just all right. You're probably right. Let me see. I wonder if they got any like. Oh, they got some highlights. Hold on. Oh wait, this tournament highlights. Is that fair? I guess so. Let's look at tournament highlights. Wait, hey, impeccable in the chat really quick, because I'm looking at the WhatsApp, because I'm in the WhatsApp with obviously with you guys. The pod that we're doing tonight, yeah, are we gonna be able to live stream it? I don't think we can. Oh my god, that was loud. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, Nettie, or Nedai. I don't know, Jedi. But yeah, can we do that? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. All right, let me keep watching. Oh, yeah, that's nice little. Oh wait, I think I've seen. Okay. I've seen some of these. Yeah, that's a nice little block. He just seems a little slow to me. I don't know what it is. He has a high motor. Oh, okay. He has a really high motor. You know, I do like that about him. Thus far. No, he got a little post game. I was wrong. He got a little something. Oh, he had a nice little spin move right there. He's a traditional big, isn't he? Is that what he is? Is that what you guys like about him? Yeah, nice footwork. He's a traditional big. We can do it live, but we have to be all beyond. What do you mean? Wait, if we're on StreamYards, I don't think you can do StreamYards live. No, you can do StreamYards. You can't record StreamYards. I don't even know what we're doing it on. I don't even know what we're doing it on. We'll figure it out. Is that what you guys like about him? Maybe I need to write him down. He has a post move to him, but I just don't know. How tall is he? He's good around the basket. He has a high motor. He has nice post moves. He just seems like he lacks some athleticism. And I feel like that might kind of hurt him in the NBA. I like him. I just think he'd fit in our system well. Well, Pop would definitely be able to use him. He's super confident too. We could feasibly do it live, but we wouldn't be able to record it. Swish Hill's in here. We wouldn't be able to record it, would we? Let's see. I'm still looking at him. He has high IQ. Okay. Okay. All right. I see it. I see it. He has very high IQ. Yeah, you can't see everything from highlights, obviously. I want to see some lowlights. There. Why am I getting a recommendation for an LGBTQ quiz? Am I gay? That's what the quiz is. I don't think I am. Say who is pleased for those in it. Wait, what? Say who is. Wait, say he is pleased for those in and out. Huh? I don't know. I like him, dude. He's comfortable around the basket. You know, you can't say that for every big man. There's some big men that only rely on their athleticism and don't really develop a lot of great post moves. But this kid, he's definitely comfortable around the basket. Oh, no. You know who I was thinking of? Hold on, I can't show the highlight, but this is who I was thinking of because they both look kind of the same. Who is this kid? This is who I thought. Who is this? Because that's not him. Who is this? Is this the shooter? I think this is the shooter that I was thinking of, right? They just look the same. Corey Kiss. Ah, yes. He's the shooter, right? Swish Hill? That's what I was thinking. Okay, so I don't know if Drew Time. Huh. Oh man, he is good around the basket. The only thing I question though, here's my thing, okay? Here's my thing. Because more than likely he'll be a second, right? And that's gonna be a problem. Because if he's a second, will we need to? Because with the assumption that we're gonna go after Aiden, with the assumption that more than likely we're gonna get a big first round of the lottery, is that worth it? It would be a little redundant, wouldn't it? Corey Crispert. Wait, who is this? No, not Corey Kispert. You guys are really confusing me. Who was the guy that I just looked at? That I said? All right, whatever. Hold on. You guys are frustrating me. Gonzaga. All right, who are you? Let's see, Chet. Oh God, I don't know Gonzaga basketball. That's the thing too, Jock Lindell. See, and then yeah, it's just a little. I don't know. See, I knew he wasn't a center. He didn't look like a center. Maybe he is. Maybe he's a center / forward. Yeah, I don't know this team at all. Which one of you wear a headband? Is it this guy? Or is it you? Who is it? Is it you? Who's the sniper on Gonzaga? No one knows. Yeah, we don't need to go at him. Drew with first pick. Pick up later. Well, that's what I'm saying. I just don't think it'll be worth it. Like if he is a second round pick, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like, because we will already be assuming we will already be overstacked. No, it wasn't Drew. It was another kid. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be okay. But he was drafted. It was Kiss. What? Wait. What are these highlights from? Oh my God, these highlights are from 2021. Okay, all right, then that's what it is. Yeah, it was Kispert then. Okay, all right. Okay. What are your thoughts on Walker Kessler? I did a video on Walker Kessler. Hold on. Let me bring up Walker Kessler stuff. Because he's a second round as well, right? I remember kind of liking him. The website's down. See, the website's down. I wanted to look at some what the main consensus was on him. Tell me, is a 4-year player. He played with Kispert. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so it was Corey Kispert, which is a shooter. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. So I was right. Okay, because I was like, that's the sniper. All right. I just haven't watched him play a lot. Oh wow, he played with Hachimura too. Oh man, I don't know if it's worth it. Like, he come across, and I could, I could be a noob when it comes to this. Obviously, I'm not knowing a whole bunch about college, but he kind of comes across as a guy that's professional and helps other players develop, but he might not be a NBA player. Does that make sense? Like he comes across to me, like, just watching his game, it's like he's fundamentally sound, but his lack of athleticism probably gonna hurt him, right? Classic college leader. Okay, that's what I figured. Cause honestly, that's kind of what I got from it. Yeah, like kind of like those G League guys. You know what I mean? Like those G League guys that, like, they're always in the G League. They have a good career, obviously. Like, being in G League, you still make decent money. But I mean, your main job is really just to help the young guys. Like, he come across as that, just watching his game. Very fundamentally sound. He's definitely there, but that lack of athleticism stands out to me, where I'm like, could I see him going against, like, other bigs in the NBA? I don't know. And then using a second round pick for that, which would essentially just be kind of like a vocal leader, a practice leader. I don't know if that's worth it. Use it for like a somebody with some potential, or like somebody who could be a sharp, or just something, some type of specialist. I think I would use my second round pick on a specialist, because you never know. Psycho test. I don't even know what that means. At least Hansborough could finish above the rim. Psychotesk, is that a person? God, you guys know so many people. Teske? What does that mean? What does Teske mean? TSK? What does that mean? Psycho. Oh, Tyler Hansborough? God, dude. I didn't know that was his nickname. Hey, man, chill. Chill, don't out me like that. I just became a UNC fan. Chill. Dude, can I say this? Because this just came up. Birdman with Tyler Hansborough, and I want to just show, like, the best image of all time, or in Spurs history. Let's see if I can find it. It was so good. Yeah, this looks, oh man, the memories. This is such a cool photo, is it not? I really wanted to buy this. You can't say this is not dope. This was the best image ever after that championship. This was so cool. God, that was so cool. He didn't make that shot, by the way, but still. Yeah. Oh, you have it? It's so dope. It's such a dope photo. Oh, it's such a good photo. Oh, it's so I remember when it came out, I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Chris Bosh, they played the best basketball I've ever seen. God, dude. So underrated. We're so underrated. That championship was ridiculous. Like, we put on a show. I honestly, as much basketball as I watch, I thought, and I think objectively, okay, I don't think this is my bias talking, and obviously us winning by a record margin also helped. But I don't think I've watched any team play better in my lifetime, play better than the Spurs in those finals. It was like after the finals, I knew that this would never happen again. It was like they were just so jelly. Like, everybody was just so on the same page. It was ridiculous. I was really hoping. There was actually, honestly, there was no excuse for them not to win 15, 16, and, well, 17, there's an excuse, but 15, 16, they should have won. They should have won all the way. There's no excuse. They came up short. I blame the Spurs, though. It is constantly overlooked. No one talks about it. No one talks about the 2014 Spurs. And they're one of the best teams of all time. Like hands down. But when people talk about the best championship teams, they rarely come up. Like, they talk about the Heat, which is ridiculous because we demolished the Heat. First off, maybe they talk about the 2013 Heat, but that's bull. First off, the Heat, when they were first assembled, got destroyed by the Dallas Mavericks. They were terrible. And then in 2014, to end off that dynasty, they got destroyed by us. Honestly, is that even a dynasty? I did a video and it was considering dynasties. It was talking about dynasties, and the Heat were on there. Let me show you guys before I leave, because I'm about to leave and do the pod. Before I leave, hold on. I don't even know if they should be considered a dynasty. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if they should be considered a dynasty. So yeah, the big three. Is this enough? I guess 2 championships, but like 4 years, 4 elite years. How's that a dynasty? Is that a dynasty? I don't know. Is it? I always saw dynasties as lasted at least like 6 years. The CP3 floater over Duncan hurt. See, in 2015, if I remember correctly, CP3 literally offensively fouled Danny Green. Like it was an offensive foul and they didn't call it. It was the most bogus thing I've ever seen. But yeah, so like Heat. See, look, this is elite. This 6 years elite. Oh well, yeah, maybe I'm wrong, because the Shaq and Kobe thing, I definitely would consider that a dynasty. I don't know. That's a tough one. Oh, when Baines kept getting posterized. Oh. You remember when he got dunked on by Blake Griffin like 5 times in a row? That was so embarrassing. Let's see. Big 3, Boston Celtics. I don't know. I guess I always saw it as 6, but I guess it doesn't have to be. Yeah, obviously us. But look at this, man. Like, it's not even comparable. 16? See, this is what I don't get. Unless, like, you know how people say, like, Popovich is overrated? Like, people say Popovich is overrated, right? Like, if you look at all these other teams, it's about 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. But, like, 16? Unless you're telling me that Tim Duncan is far superior of, like, all other players in NBA history, or all the players in all these different dynasties. Like, he's just that much better. Because 16 elite years is ridiculous. That is not just that is just not just one player. That is literally great coaching. That is a collective effort, because you have to continuously keep your team together. You got to continuously build around this player, and you got to coach them hard, man. That's not easy to do. 16. You say, I'm sorry, but if you only have 3 titles all time, you were never a dynasty. I don't know about that one. I might want to bring that up at the pod. I don't know about that one, because Kobe, Shaq, you can't say it's not a dynasty. I don't know. I mean, ours was a bigger dynasty, but like, they three-peated. Not many teams three-peat. Like, I feel like if you can three-peat, you're probably a dynasty. Yeah, I think I can make that argument. And obviously, Michael Jordan was a dynasty, like easy. I don't know. Kobe got 5 alone. Yeah, Kobe got 5 alone. I mean, I'm talking dynasties. I'm not talking about individual players. Like Kobe's second team, when he got the 2 championships, I mean, that wasn't a dynasty. But I would say Kobe and Shaq was a dynasty. Like they three-peated. Yeah, they three-peated. Yeah. Now, Kobe's second 2, he didn't win back-to-back, I don't think. Did he? Oh wait, maybe he did. Yeah, he did. Thought my cat was out here. Yeah, he did. He did win. Yeah, he did. All right, guys, I'm about to get off. First and foremost, thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention this. The giveaway. I am going to do a giveaway. Okay, I am. The giveaway is still the DJ jersey, the Fiesta DJ jersey, because yeah, I never got it, and the person never messaged back. It was a Patreon member. They never messaged back. So what I'm going to do is it's going to be just for a random Patreon or YouTube member. Okay, but don't join based on that. Okay, don't join based on. Hey, there it is. That's the pod, guys. Everybody. Okay, before I hop over there, everybody join that. Once you subscribe to that, you see it in the chat. Once you subscribe to it, come back and say subscribed, because I'm gonna go over there. Actually, I'm gonna bring it up. Here we go. Subscribe to it. Views from the Raptors. Subscribe to it. I'm subscribed now. Go subscribe. Subscribe to it. Everybody subscribe to it. Please. There's like 20 people in here. At least like help us out. Link is in the description. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. All right, we got 7. Go subscribe to it. Go subscribe. Views from the Raptors. Go subscribe. Oh yeah. Go subscribe. Here. You know what? I'm gonna put a time frame. I'm about to jump over there. I'm gonna do a time frame. Okay. I'm gonna play. Where is it? Is this? Pop. Here we go. All right, we're gonna play the pop song, and that's gonna be the time limit. Okay. All right, this is gonna be time limit. Crap! What the heck? All right, you guys ready? Go subscribe. This is getting out of hand. I gotta talk to Pop about these minutes, man. Oh my goodness, dude. Last game, 2.5 minutes. I'm the starter, bro.
Hello?
Hey, Coach Pop. Yeah, it's me. Just wanted to see if I was still on the team after receiving the minutes that I got last week. Kinda feel like you're getting rid of me, honestly.
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Keep working on your game and you'll get your shot. Eventually, you will see how to handle a rock. Give yourself a little time for your balls to drop.
For my balls to drop, Pop, I'm 32. Did it occur to you that it's tough to
Go
do?
subscribe.
I was in the gym when you got a curfew. Last week in 4 minutes scored 32.
32 could have been 36 from the free throw line. Went 4 for 6. And don't forget the sick break floater you missed. Past curfew's fine if you're back by 6.
God, Pop, man, see, that's the issue. I really got a feeling that you hope and wish to create me to a player that I can't live up to. When I'm home at night, my wife hands me tissue.
Well, keep on crying. It's not gonna change. 4 minutes a game is where you will remain. Deserve more than that. Are you really deranged? I was winning 5 rings when your diaper was changed.
Look, Coach Pop, I know you're the GOAT, but the lack of minutes getting hard to cope. And I
Go
took a pay cut, I'm
subscribe.
nearly broke. Feel like I'm in jail and I dropped the soap.
Okay, that's fair. I'm sorry for that. Let me give you a little bit of your freedom back. Next time I make it easy, you can get the Mac, and I'll even stop at the store so you can get a snack.
What? No, Pop, listen, I'm a grown man and I got ambition. Why can't you understand my vision? Every game feels like a new audition. I just need more minutes, I'm so livid. I just hit my limit, I'm just finished. I'm striped and I got a life, so why can I not live it? I'm calling my Uncle Venice. All I wanted was 1 more minute. I just think that you are... I just think that you were... Hey, Pop, why am I getting messages that I've just been traded? Hello? Hopefully that was at least 5 subscribers. All right. It's telling me need to wait 24 hours. Oh. Sure. Hey, let's Hey, I'm not gonna leave. How about you guys want to just... Huh. We can do that. You guys want to do that? We might just do the pod here. Screw it. Hey, Harrison, you want to do it on... Well, yeah, that's a question. Do you want to do it on StreamYards? Wait, we're not doing it on StreamYards. You just want to... Let's just record on here. Screw it. You want to just record on here? We can just record on here. If you're in the Discord... Do you want to do it that way? Do I need to call you? Maybe I'll call him. Yeah, maybe I'll call him. Hold on. Oh, there he is. We can all jump in your Discord. Yeah, I had to reset the channel because... Do I have to record it? Or is it cool if it's just like uploaded? Like, would you be able to grab it or... Let's just do it here. The legend himself? Yeah, he's here. All right. Well, I need to send Maddie. Wait, can you guys send Maddie it? By the way, guys, look at my new figure. Tell me this is not the greatest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. This is my new anime figure. I don't think I showed it yet. Tell me this is not the dopest thing you've ever seen. Tell me. Lie to me. It's amazing. It's great. I watched all your videos for the past 4 months. I'm surprised your channel hasn't popped off. The quality editing and content is good. Thank you. Hopefully it'll eventually pop off. You never know when it's Spurs related, but I think that this upcoming offseason is going to really help. Oh, there's Maddie. Can somebody send Maddie the... Oh, okay. Just... Oh, okay. Yeah, they're going to figure it out. All right, cool. All right, well, we're just going to do it here. Harrison, do you need me to do anything, or like can we just have it here? Like, can you grab it later? Or sorry, clan, I like... Oh, Gundam stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I wish I was into that. Let me see if I got any other stuff. I post all my stuff in here. I don't know if you've seen this. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is... Join the Discord, by the way, everybody. Discord link in the description. This is something that I got that... Oh, wait. My music is off. There we go. This is something I got that's pretty dope. Oh, okay. Switchio got it. But yeah, this is something that I got. That actually my mom and sister bought this for me, and it's like you can't tell from this image, but this thing is really Huge. And I went to a convention recently, and I got Christopher Sabat to sign it. So that's Christopher Sabat's autograph right there. Yeah. And that, if you don't know who Christopher Sabat is, he's the voice actor for Vegeta. So this character. He does a lot of other stuff too, but let me see. Is there any other one to... It's back of my car, by the way. I got more of these stacked on top of each other now. But that's the back of my car. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, here we go. All right, this is better. All right, so you can get a size compare. So if you've seen the PlayStation's huge. You, at the very least, you know how big a Switch is, and this thing is like crazy big. Like you can see the dimensions like that. You know, this thing is huge. It's really heavy too. I wanted to put it on top of my my shelf, but I was afraid it was gonna break the shelf. But I want to start like collecting these. Obviously, I don't have the money for it yet, but I want to at least get one of these big bad boys a year, like just one of the big ones. Obviously, figures and stuff like, you know, this and these aren't that much, so like I can get these whenever. But yeah, here's my entire shelf, which is a little different now. I changed it up quite a bit, but yeah, I'm okay with stuff like that. And then obviously I got these, like I got some over here. I think this one's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Sub-Zero, but I don't know. I'm working on it. I'm gonna have more. Oh, he's on it. Oh, Maddie's on it. Hold on. Wait, I don't see Maddie. Maddie, once you join, well, Maddie can't hear me probably. I'll text him. Oh, he just joined. Okay. I got it. I'll send it to him. Crap, dude. What's the... Oh, I'm messing everything up. There we go. You're here. Wait, are you in the... You're in the... I don't see that you joined it though. What's your name on there? Invite button. I don't know. Can I don't know, can you send him one? Harrison? We'll see. We'll figure it out. What? Clan, did you see Tiger and Bunny? That's a really good anime. Think about Batman mixed with My Hero Academia. What? What? What kind of... What? Tiger and Bunny, huh? I want to see Spy Family. That would be pretty cool. Once again, join the new channel. Views from the Raptors. Really? And Bunny. Tiger and Bunny. This looks old. It's not though. 2011. And it has 2 seasons. Did it ever finish? Did it only need 2 seasons? How is it? This doesn't seem like... Huh. It's a mecha. The first season is old. Oh, okay, and then it came back. Was it on Netflix? Oh, coming to Netflix in 2022. Wow. So, oh, did the second one just come out? Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, I'll check it out. Pretty cool. I'm with it. So did Maddie ever get in? I don't think Maddie ever got in. Let's see, is there any invite? I see that Swish Hill's in there. What's up, Swish?
What up, man?
Let's see. Did he ever get it?
I just sent him a text with the link to it, so I'm hoping he'll get in here.
Oh, okay. I guess Impeccable probably. Oh no, Impeccable's already in here. He just need to join it.
He just hiding in the shadows.
Yeah. Cause with the StreamYard thing, we would have to upgrade for the recording, right?
So you can do the recording and go back and get it. It's just it's not letting me do it for like another 24 hours. YouTube was bugging earlier and like saying our channel didn't exist. So I had to go in and reset a bunch of things. So it's treating it as if I just created the channel like 10 minutes ago.
Okay, that's stupid.
It is what it is.
Oh, he said he can't. Oh, he can't access it. Access WhatsApp on his laptop.
Yeah, I just texted him on his phone. Oh shit! What's up, Mateo? I saw you in chat. How you doing, man?
The man, the legend. How's it going? Yeah, man. I don't know. That whole Drew Timmy. Is that really how you say it, Timmy, or was he messing with me?
Yeah, Timmy. He was trying to he was trying to enunciate better, but Drew Timmy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Timmy. I don't know, man. I don't know. He just seems like he's not very athletic.
He's one of those guys. He's a really good college player, but he's not really cut out to be in the NBA. He could carve out a role, but I just don't see him being a game changer.
Yeah. He looked like he was getting the one up on people based on maybe experience.
Hey, hold up. Maddie's calling me. Let me answer real quick.
Oh, okay. He's in the chat too. Harrison, answer your phone. How everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I'm sorry this is a little rocky. It's our first time doing it. It's gonna be fun though. So we'll do the pod on here, the pod segment on here. And actually, since we're gonna do it on here, let me go ahead and change some things. I'm gonna change the video bio, or the video title, I should say. Let's change the title of this bad boy. Live, let's talk about our future, lottery, anime. Then new podcast. I'm gonna say oh, you guys can't see this. Let's go. There we go. Anybody want to just throw something out there since we're waiting? Because we're waiting on Impeccable and Matt Dog. Anything you guys want to talk about? Doing good? Good. I'm glad you're doing good. A hi. Hey. Lonnie and Jay Rich probably gone, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was our first pick. I think Lonnie's gone. Are we all in agreement that Lonnie's probably gone? I'll upload a video, but he's probably gone. First there's this quote, which I already did a video on. I'm gonna upload it, but I'm hopeful to be back. It's up to my agents. And if you watch it, it's iffy. But you know what? I wouldn't trip about it if it weren't for this. All the unhappy messages. I mean, this is just weird. I mean, he liked a bunch of like a bunch of stuff, basically just pointing towards him leaving. Like, he's gone, bro. Right? Like, in some of these I can excuse, like maybe he gave you instant, I don't know. No, I can't excuse that one either now that I'm reading again. Yeah, this whole thing is bad. This is bad. I was wondering, are these people he know? He liked this guy's thing twice. I don't know, but this is bad. I mean, this comment in and of itself, on its own, it wasn't too terrible. Even if you watch it, it was just like, oh, okay. But then when we went into the likes, man. So Lonnie's about to join Braun since his agent is you-know-who. Oh, clutch. I mean, DJ didn't leave. I don't know. I mean, you just don't do this unless, like, you don't care about the bridge being burned. Like, you know that people, I mean, you're upset, but it's social media. I mean, you are a celebrity. You know that people are going to, like, screenshot this. Like, it's going to be controversial. It's not going to be easy selling at all. Sailing, that's what I meant. You know, like, you're screwed. Like, people are going to get like, I just feel like he don't have any intention of coming back. And then when he says, like, it's up to my agent, it's like, and a lot of the comments under this post in particular, Spurs Nation CP, a lot of people were pretty irritated, like, no. But I don't know. It's one of those things, man, where it's like, I definitely want Lonnie back, but then if he doesn't come back, it's like, how much are we missing? We don't know how much we're missing, you know? And he's like one of those prime players that he could easily go somewhere else, perform, and like all Spurs fans get mad because they're like, we didn't use his potential. But honestly, he's gotten a pretty good chunk of opportunity this season, and the potential wasn't being shown. You know what I mean?
Hey, Clan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Maddie says he's trying to get in a special guest, but he keeps telling him channel locked.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be locked. Hold on.
What you locking him out for?
No, because you got to be a special guest thing. So let me see.
Well, shit.
Wait,
he's special.
Wait, what's his name on here? Is it Cheesy?
Let me ask him. Hey, what's your name on Discord? What's your name on Discord? Maddie F.
Maddie F. Oh, okay. Let's add him to special guest. There we go. He should be able to join now. Now it's just a matter of impeccable. Where's impeccable?
Am I in?
Yeah, you're in there.
Let's go.
Where's impeccable?
Why is this? What the?
And I thought you'd know where impeccable was.
No,
Is it just us three in here? Are we on live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, jeez.
Don't say anything racist, Maddie.
Yeah, it's try to keep the F-bombs to a minimum as well, because they did something, like I forgot what it was. It was some live stream and they took it down. I'm like, why? I guess because.
Sorry.
Oh, shut up. Is that time you said, you know what? You got a little angry with me and you said, you know what?
Don't tell me what to do.
Where the heck is impeccable?
Can you see me, or
I can
hear me?
I can see you.
I can see everything.
Oh.
Your camera is like crooked though.
I know, but every time I move it upright, it moves too. So it's like this is me holding it upright, and then it's me holding it sideways. So it's like,
oh, that's weird.
Hey, impeccable says he's coming.
Well, you need to hurry up.
I'm saying,
I hate that guy.
you talked all that trash to him,
No.
and now he's just in here trying to say like, hey, it's justified.
so how many people are in this stream?
It's not that
How
many. 16.
How many
right
people
now.
It's like 10 billion.
How many people are wait? So are people watching on Discord too, or just YouTube?
It's YouTube.
Oh,
I just got Discord pulled up.
oh.
Yeah.
So YouTube can hear me but not see me.
They can see you too. If I put you on the
They can-
screen. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Because
using Stream.
Oh, jeez.
Lab.
Oh my gosh, I just pulled up. You guys have been able to see me this whole time.
Yeah,
Oh,
Stream.
no.
Lab.
Oh, I told you I could see everything.
Yeah, apparently.
Alright, let me make this full screen. Okay. Well, I mean, we can start whenever, and you can just take it away, Swish Shell. Whatever makes it easier, okay? Because this is like, because you're more so the host. But
Yeah, so I'll just preface it to tell chat, like, we're gonna have a couple like edited segments in here and everything. So like, if we start to ignore some questions or something, we're not trying to ignore y'all. Like, we wanna cover topics y'all want to hear, but we're also kind of like trying to keep this like a back and forth vibe kind of thing, where we just get in here, talk with each other, spit some takes, and see what happens.
This is a rough draft.
yeah, is everybody's camera working okay?
Maddie likes it rough too.
Maddie.
I didn't. I'm keeping it appropriate. So I have the stream on my laptop muted, but like I don't see like why is like my screen loading? I don't understand.
Because you got trash internet, son.
Dude, I mean I'm on my iPad, so I don't have something to do with it.
You might have to leave and come back.
Mm.
Hey, I make them say.
Mm.
Let me see.
Is he here?
Yeah, you didn't hear that. Nah.
Make it say,
Oh, how?
nah.
Oh goodness.
Hey, Clan, you want to turn Impeccable's volume up a little bit?
I can't. I think he has.
Son of a. Well, what is the point of you?
I turned it up. Impeccable, say something.
Mm.
There you go.
Oh no, you do need to turn your stuff up, cause I got my thing turned all the way up and it ain't hitting the yellow.
All right, let's get into this though.
Mm.
All right, let's mic check Impeccable one last time, and then I'll give a little intro.
Check 1 2 1 2. Oh, that's bright.
Dude, my tummy rumbling. Like it's like rumbling.
Yeah, that better?
Oh, hell yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, that's better.
All right.
All right, we ready to get into this?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Wait.
So as many what? Oh my
Wait.
god, I just got the ready.
Wait, are any of the webcams? Are any of the webcam? I can't, cause I can't see anybody.
I can
I'm
put
on my app. I'm on my iPad, so
I can put my camera on.
Okay,
turn
so it
it
does
off.
work.
Turn it off.
Ah!
You're about to be blinded by whiteness right here.
Supreme haters, I see.
Hey,
That's what we should call it, Supreme haters.
I've been in that room. I can say that with confidence.
Yeah,
I've
you
been-
have. Yeah, you have. Clan took a selfie in my bathroom.
I really
It's
did.
not even a joke. He did. I don't know why.
I took a selfie outside your bathroom, and then I forgot to take a selfie with you.
That's crazy.
All right. So let's get into this, guys. First and foremost, everybody, this is a new podcast that we're starting called Views from the Rafters. Because y'all know, as Spurs fans, you know, there are people we look up to, but given our success, there's a lot of people we look down on because we're sitting up on top of 5 championship banners in the rafters. So this is Views from the top right here. Kind of wanted to start off. One, let's introduce everybody. Obviously, you know me, I'm Harrison. I go by Swishhill on YouTube. Go sub. I like to do a lot of draft stuff. We've got Maddie, who's our resident Spurs ranter in general, coming at you with some hot takes, unbiased takes, and just some fiery passion for the team. We've got Impeccable, the man, the myth, the legend, the suave monster himself, the guy who could take you out for a nice seafood dinner, then beat the shit out of you if you say something wrong there.
That's true.
I don't really know that for a fact. I just made that up, but it feels like it fits. But no, Impeccable is a man of tremendous brain power and tremendous logic. So he always brings really solid takes. And then we have Clan.
Hey, I'm
Hey, wait a minute. You can't do Clan. His other nickname is Captain Mid. That is also what he likes to go by, supposedly.
That is so mean.
Captain Mid.
Wait, Clan put Harrison Channel on the Oh, okay. Yeah. Got you.
Oh, yeah. Throw that shit up there. Feel free to subscribe to all of us. I know Impeccable right now, y'all don't have any videos on your channel quite yet, but if everyone gives some encouragement, Impeccable may make a channel, and I think he could and should.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It has to, man. You got two good takes to not have a channel. And as always, Maddie's back on Twitter. He's finally back.
Why'd you leave?
Oh man, Twitter is such a toxic place, and I'm already like regretting getting back on. But I mean, it's going to depend on whether or not I stay is going to depend on the Spurs offseason, and if they have a good offseason or not will largely dictate whether or not I decide to keep it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let's jump right into it, because this is actually, I've kind of refrained from tweeting too, because I've been kind of disappointed with like things people are going back and forth saying on Twitter, shit like that. I understand there's lots of disagreements on there. I just don't like people policing the way other people fan about a team, and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like people were trying to police the way Maddie views the team, and like, I mean, for God's sake, man, if you're going to say that Maddie's not a fan because he thinks one thing about the team and you think the other, you're sorely mistaken, man. I've known Maddie a while. The guy loves his Spurs. So that said, what are y'all seeing as far as, the season just came to an end? How are we feeling about that game against New Orleans? Like, what first sticks out to us there?
Oh, go ahead, Maddie.
I was gonna say Impeccable should go first since he was the last to join.
I go last. I go first. So that game went about as well as expected. We got beat up pretty badly. We fought throughout the entirety of the game, which I was actually gonna tell you guys. I was predicting that despite how much we were down, I was thinking that we were gonna end the game around like down by only like 5 points. And it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of representative for the entire season as a whole. Like, we fought, we weren't the most talented team, we weren't the most well put together team. However, we were gonna fight 100% of the time, and we were gonna at least make it close. But that being said, statistically, we're the least clutch team in the entire NBA this year. I don't know if those stats actually changed by last time I checked it, but I know I checked it about a month out from when the season was ending. It was pretty far between us and number 2. So, really and truly, that game really was representative for our entire season as a whole, and it didn't really tell me anything I didn't know. However, it was still disappointing to really go out like that, especially because you see how hard the guys went in after the play and everything. But because of the position that we're in for the offseason, I'm still pretty hopeful that we can turn the ship around before it's too late.
Well, and let me ask Impeccable, because I know we talked about this a little bit in like our private chats. What was your thoughts? I know Clan's been taking a lot of heat for his position on the tank versus play-in. Obviously, it doesn't matter anymore per se because we've already gone through the play-in. What were your thoughts on that? Were you looking for us to make the play-in, or did you feel like we should have just threw it in the towel a little bit earlier?
Well, I think we kept it honest. That's the best way I can put it. We kept it honest versus other teams in the league. which can tell you a little bit about our way our organization operates, but also just because of how we think about the game. We kept honest. We played every game with the intention of winning, which is what every NBA team should try to do. However, the teams that are in the lottery with us did not do the same things, and I feel as though for long-term investment of the team, we probably should have did what our teams did. We probably should have went after the pick. We should have tried to get the best pick possible. The play-in kind of showed that we have a lot of holes and a lot of discrepancies with our play. Personally, I feel like we should have gone for a pick, but I am not mad that we go for the play-in. I think it's respectable, and it's very honorable that we went after the play-in as hard as we did. But it was kind of like, okay, you get to the play-in, and then what? If you beat the Pelicans, then what? You get into the playoffs, and then what? You know, and I understand that a lot of fans are saying experience.
Stupid.
What experience did the guys get out of that play-in game?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we got dog walked most of the game.
Yeah, you got nothing from that. Like I didn't understand that at all, man. Because I mean, honestly, my main thing with the whole experience thing is not that it's a bad thing. I think that experience is obviously a good, tangible thing that you need. But at the same time, you have to at least make that first step where you have the guys good enough or that you know is going to be on the team to get the experience. Like some people brought up OKC with KD and Westbrook and Harden. And I'm like, yeah, their experience meant something. If you're talking about Giannis team and they were like, oh, what about the Bucks? Yeah, their experience meant something, but you need to take that first step and get superstars and have your team defined, which this, you know, that this is the team you're going to go to battle with every single night. But right now, we don't know who's going to stay on this team. Like,
and dude, it's like, and like Maddie, feel free to chime in because we've been talking about this forever, man. Like in our own private texts, like it's great that we made the play-in, but I felt like it was a little bit overblown because while yes, we were winning games, we were playing against teams that just flat out gave up. I mean, Portland. I mean, Damian Lillard's out for the season. Did you see some of the starting lineups Portland was putting out there? I mean, they had Drew Eubanks as their starting center, and we're very familiar with him. I mean, OKC put out a lineup with like 4 10-day players in it and all that. And the funny thing is, we still had a really close game with OKC. So that's where I was a little concerned about it being overblown, is I wasn't so sure that we were actually playing better to end the season or just playing against worse teams and teams that had thrown in the towel. And it gets confusing in there with like wins against Denver, but then a hard-fought battle against a terrible OKC team. So that's where I was a little concerned there.
Yeah, it got to the point towards the end of the season where I'm like, all right, we're here, might as well go for it. But yeah, we talked about all the time, like we played the Trailblazers 3 times in like the last 10 games or something, when they had like one of the worst starting lineups I think I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the teams below us, I mean, they just gave up. They didn't care about the play-in. And then there was the Lakers, and that's one of the few bright spots for me. Is like, all right, hey, at least we finished ahead of the Lakers. That's always a plus. If we finish 14th and they finish 15th, to me, that right there is a win. But yeah, I mean, there's no use crying over spilt milk. I mean, the play-in game itself didn't tell us anything that we didn't already know. And that's that the Spurs have a significant talent deficit compared to a lot of teams in the NBA, and particularly in the Western Conference. I mean, for those who are, just screaming about how building around DJ and Keldon, I'm going to ask you honestly, ask yourself honestly if you think that Dejounte and Keldon will be able to compete with the likes of John Morant, Luka Doncic, Zion Williamson if he returns and is finally healthy, the Phoenix Suns, even the Warriors are still going to be top dog for a few years. The Nuggets are going to be back with Jamal Murray. We absolutely do not have enough, and we didn't need the play-in game to tell us that. Now everything's kind of hinging on this offseason. I'm not going to go into that right now. I'm sure that'll be our next segment. I'll let kind of somebody else go first here, but everything's hinging on this offseason. So we got plenty to talk about there. So I'll wait to give my offseason take as we go around again. I just want to say really quick, I agree with Maddie and Impeccable that I learned nothing from this game.
I learned that a lot of Spurs fans haven't been watching the games because it's so many people that were excited for that play-in game. I was like, why? Like, if you watch this team, you know what's about to happen. Like, this team isn't good enough. And honestly, the Pelicans, they were in a position where, yeah, them winning kind of makes sense for them. But for us, that where that experience come in, it made sense for them. They already have the Lakers picks. They're good. But with us, it was like, why do you want to grind this out? Like,
and if New Orleans wins again against LA, they get one of Portland's picks, I believe. I think it's like pick number 14. So like,
oh wow,
it benefits them to win in that scenario. But I mean, like you said, man, and to Impeccable's credit, he was saying this before the game. It's just we didn't learn much from that game that we weren't already saying. I mean, what we saw there is one, that there's little to no offense when Dejounte Murray comes off the floor. If he gets into foul trouble or anything, they're screwed. I mean, we've been saying it. I know Destin Clan's been taking a lot of heat for talking about Keldon, and you know, I don't mean it as disrespect to Keldon. It's just from what we've seen from him, he's a decently one-dimensional player. I mean, he can get his threes off if somebody like Murray has a little bit of gravity and gives him time to wind up on them. But once Murray leaves the floor, he's not a guy who's going to shot create. And it turned into him putting his head down, barreling into crowds, using that same spin move he does, and just kind of chucking the ball at the rim. And granted, that works for him sometimes, but that ain't something you can rely on, and things like that. And I mean, Jakob kind of disappears when Murray's not in the game. And one thing there with Murray in the game, he was not finishing well at the rim, and that's been a trend throughout his career. I love Dejounte Murray. I absolutely think he's a great player, but that has been a trend. And like we said, he's one of those guys, he does not like to give up easily, which power to him. But you know, when those bunnies aren't falling and you keep trying to take them, and on top of that, nobody else can really contribute offensively, that'll kill your team right there. I mean, tell me if I'm off base, Impeccable. Is that a little bit like what we were saying before the game?
No, I mean, that's exactly what we were saying about before the game. Just to comment on like Keldon and DJ specifically, because I think, and I want to touch also on Devin. Well, I'll touch on it right after. DJ does a lot of things well. Can do a lot of things well on the court. And granted, he was coming off of a sickness in which he lost 7 to 8 pounds in the time that he was sick. Mm-hmm. So, and you can assume some of that might be water weight, but also some of that probably is whatever mass he has on his frame. But there isn't that much mass on his frame, which is probably actually one of his problems. GJ can get to the rim. He's not the fastest guard in the league, but he's not slow. And but his finishing has always been a problem, and it's partially because he doesn't have quite enough lift to get off some of the moves that he wants to get off, but he also doesn't quite have enough strength to also get off some of the moves he wants to get off as well. So that puts him in a dangerous predicament anytime he gets to it, which is why mid-range shots become such a big part of his game. It can look like he's settling, but really and truly, that's his best shot at scoring, is he gets to the mid-range and he can score in that area. It's a lot easier for him to do that than drive to rim 100% of the game and get okay to decent finishes. And when you look at it, he's the only real self-creator on this squad. I know that we want to point to guys like maybe Lonnie can self-create, but even then, I've watched Lonnie, and that mid-range shot that he goes to a lot of games does not fall. So besides him and Primo's still very young. I haven't seen enough from Primo to really say he's a big self-creator yet either. So besides DJ, who else is self-creating on this team? Keldon. What can I say about Keldon? I love Keldon. However, Keldon he has a good game from three. When he is able to load up, he can finish at the rim. When he's able to do what he wants to do at his spots, he is an effective player. But the problem with Keldon is he has no way of getting to his spots. He's not quick enough with his feet to get to his spots. He doesn't have a strong enough dribble or handle to get to his spots. So then that puts him in the place of he has to have a guard or a player essentially get him the ball in his spots at 100% of the time. And if he doesn't have that, well, then he can become, as you saw against the Pelicans, I wouldn't even say a subpar player. It's a flat out just ineffective player.
Well, dude, and to your point there, I'll bring this up because you brought up quickness. That's another really important thing. Like, all these guys are fast in transition, but quickness and acceleration. One thing that I noticed that hinders Murray a lot, and I think really separates him from some of the elite guards, Murray does not have a very explosive first step.
No.
If you watch, he gets caught a lot on the backside by shot blockers coming to get him. And I think that's a lot of why his percentage at the rim is lower than what it is. And people will get mad at me. I'll just throw this out because I do think he was a much worse player this year. But Russell Westbrook, even at his worst, if you watch a couple of his Laker games, there's a couple of those plays where he can just, if he gets a step, he can absolutely blow by some guys. Ja Morant is insanely explosive off that first step. And that's what gives me hope with a guy like Joshua Primo, is he has that gene in him. He's insanely quick off that first step and catch. He's still got a lot to learn, and he's still not as good as DJ and Keldon quite yet. But I think that's going to hinder both of them, is sometimes lack of quick decision making and just lack of, like you said, being able to get to spots and do it quickly. Because there's a lot of quick players in the NBA that can keep up with you if you mess around and don't do what you're supposed to be doing.
That's facts. I was saying this. I was saying this about Primo, because like I'm so high on Primo, and I keep saying that I think Primo's going to be a superstar. I think he's going to be a star. And
dude, you've said that about how many of the Spurs young guys?
But no, I really do mean that about Primo. Like, all the other guys right now, like I can sit back and say I'm not 100% sure. Like, maybe Devin Vassell, but honestly, the reason why I say it with Primo is because every attribute, everything that he is good at, I think of it as, okay, what do you do well, and what's kind of the ceiling there? If you could do that well thing or that good thing to great level, then yeah, you could be a potential star. Like, because I look at Keldon Johnson and everything that he does well right now, even if he maxed that out, I don't think that he would be a star. Like, he's a good catch and shoot, and he's good at ramming into the paint. I don't think that if those two things are maxed out, that he will be a star. Like, even if I'm if I try to say, okay, what would it take for him to be a superstar, or what would it take for him to be a star, it'll be way too much that I'll have to add on. He would need handles. He would need maybe better basketball IQ. But, I mean, people say that he's a really great defender. Sometimes I don't see it, to be honest. Sometimes he's a good defender. Sometimes he's not. Yeah, I don't know. And Brandon Ingram kind of made him look pretty bad, like really bad.
The biggest thing though is, like, we've been saying this stuff over and over again for the last 3 seasons, like, that our core is not really great at going out and getting buckets when they need to. They can collapse sometimes defensively. And I mean, it's like what we said way back in the bubble when we were thinking about promise. We were still a little hesitant to say, oh my God, this is great, because those fourth quarters, who was getting the buckets for us? DeMar DeRozan. It wasn't any of these guys right there. We were having to rely on him. And granted, yes, it's great that we were able to get back to this same spot without DeMar, but we're in that same predicament. We had, one of our scorers go down, and we had nobody who could just go out and get us a bucket. I say these things about DJ, but I mean, that doesn't mean I want him gone. I absolutely think DJ could be a great point guard for this team and a championship caliber, but I think if DJ is your number one option, you're looking at a long road ahead.
You're done.
I mean, you've got to have somebody who can go out, get you a bucket when nobody else can hit the shots, and can spark a run with the team. And while DJ has done that some, he does not have that kind of gravity around him. I mean, compare him to a guy like Jason Tatum or someone like that, or Jaylen Brown even on the Celtics. I mean, they've had times often, obviously before the Derek White trade, they struggled. Their offense would stagnate, and they'd have to go to those two to get them buckets. But they were still able to get wins out of those situations, living through those guys. Once they traded for Derek, they upped their defense. They changed their scheme a little bit offensively now that they have a secondary creator. and they're able to move the ball around a little bit. But that's the thing. They've got those guys they can rely on. I don't feel like we quite have those yet.
Yeah. I just want to continue on that thought. There's one thing that came to me while just even thinking about this team is there's a difference between, and I understand that, yes, we play a more systematic style of basketball, but there's a difference between being confined to a system and operating in a system. Right now, as a team, we are confined to a system. We're confined to playing a certain style of way. None of our guys have enough of scoring ability or enough of a self-creating ability to really just get those buckets on their own without plays being really set up for them, besides just DJ. That points to a bigger problem that we have to really try to fix in the offseason if we're trying to go back to the playoffs immediately with any sense of urgency. We don't have anybody that really can score on their own. Even from like Devin Vassell the other night. Devin scored. He got 7 threes off. However, he didn't score anywhere else. He just scored from the 3-point line, which tells you even then he's taking long range shots, but that points more to the catch and shoot than
catch and shoot, not creation.
It was 7 for 13.
7 for 13 from 3, 7 for 15 from
right.
field.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you to tell us what he's not scoring from anywhere else. That's catch and shoot. That points to a severe lack of self creation. I assumed when we drafted Primo, we were drafted him mainly with the concept of self-creation in mind. So in this draft, in which we have the picks that we have, in free agency as well, it would make sense to find people who maybe over even their ability to just play within our system, they have to be able to score on their own. You can't have an entire team based around, it's not the 90s anymore or the 80s where you can have a team that's successful without anybody really being able to create their own shot except one or two players on the team. Guys have to be able to score on their own. And right now the Spurs, besides DJ, and even then, that's a bit spotty at times, especially when things get tight. Not saying he's an unclutch player, but saying that when defenses can lock in on him, key in on him, when he's getting double teamed and there's 3 bodies around him, who else on his team is going to create for themselves? Who else on his team is going to step up? Primo, we can look at Primo and say, maybe he can do that at some point. But Primo's still so young, and even against the Pelicans, he was on the floor and he looked like he wasn't. He looked like he just wasn't ready for the moment. I think he went 0 for 3 in the time, and he got a few minutes out of that game. So really and truly, you have to fix that problem. That's not a DJ problem. That's a San Antonio Spurs problem. I don't want to make it sound like I'm blaming DJ for any of these things. That's a San Antonio Spurs problem. DJ is going to try to do what he can do. He can do a lot, but you have to get him help. He can't just be DJ.
And let's transition into that part of things, the offseason, because like we say all these things, and I like what you just said. None of that is DJ's fault. Every player has their flaws, and DJ's one of those guys. He has flaws, but he's also an exceptional player that we've seen, work his way up, get to be an all-star selection, and really show what he's capable of. So, to me, that screams, hey, we've got this guy. Yes, he does have these certain flaws and all that. What are we going to do here? Are we going to get him some help? How are we going to treat this? So, Maddie, I'll start with you, man, because we've been talking about this a lot. I know I feel like this is kind of the do or die off season in terms of picking a direction, whether we stick with this group or whether we tear it down. So tell me how you feel about that, man, because I think we agree on that a little bit.
I mean, you already know how I feel. We've been talking like what feels like every day for the past 6 months about this offseason. I mean, everything in regards to the Spurs' future is hinging on this offseason. Because it may not seem like it, but the Spurs really didn't choose a direction this season. They didn't choose to tank. They didn't choose to, go all out and, invest in everything into this season. They kind of just stuck to their guns and what they know how to do, and they just They played hard. They competed, and they played to the best of their ability. And look where it got them. It got them 14 games under 500 in a pointless playing game. But this offseason, I mean, I give Brian Wright a lot of credit, man. I've been very critical of him the past couple of years, as you know, Harrison. What I felt like was a lack of moves, a lack of urgency. But I mean, you hit the nail on the head. He's been setting himself up for this offseason, and everything just points to this offseason being the difference maker for the team going forward. I mean, we know he has a wish list of guys. We know he's going to be aggressive. If we don't land anything, it's not going to be for a lack of trying. It's going to be for just a lack of guys either not wanting to accept our money and come here, or, you know, teams, if in trade, are just, you know, offering pennies on the dollar. They're offering pennies in exchange for our dollars, and we're just, you know, we don't want to be lowballed. So it's really going to depend on this offseason. I mean, we know DeAndre Ayton's going to be a restricted free agent, so, and we know that, you know, we're going to be aggressive in pursuing him, but is Phoenix going to be willing to match him? We don't know. Zach LaVine's another name on the market, you know, with the Chicago Bulls, who are likely going to get swept by the Bucks in the first round, if not 5. So is he going to want out? And if he does, would he be willing to come here, maybe take a pay cut to play alongside DeAndre Ayton and Dejounte Murray? Kyle Anderson's another name on the market that we've talked about, who would fit in great, because we need that forward depth, especially defensively. We have a bundle of draft picks, you know, both this year and in the future. What are we going to do with those? Like, there's so many questions, and we have so many different avenues we can take, both in the trade and free agency market. I mean, we could feasibly go completely one direction or the other. We could honestly build the foundations to start a new dynasty. I'm not saying next year and, you know, win a championship next year, but, you know, set up the foundations for, you know, a new Spurs era of, you know, getting back in the playoffs and maybe winning a championship within the next decade or so. Or we could go the complete other route and just completely tear down the foundations. I'm talking the likes of tearing down everything. Keldon, Dejounte, Jakob, nobody's safe. Just tear it all down and have an Oklahoma City Thunder, you know, Houston Rocket type rebuild. I pray that doesn't happen. I literally am praying that doesn't happen, because that's just awful for us fans. But I'm telling you, this offseason, everything is hinging on this offseason. Because if they run it back with this group, I will be driving down to San Antonio from Wisconsin, like opening night, protesting outside of Brian Wright's house, protesting outside of the AT&T Center. I will starve myself in front of the AT&T Center until actual change is made, if they choose to run it back, because that will be completely unacceptable. I don't think that's going to happen, but I doubt that's going to happen one way or the other. But if that does happen, I mean, I hope people are going to join me in my protests, and because that would be a slap in the face to the fans.
I'll pick it with you, man. But I mean, I feel like you're right. Like, especially I see a lot of people that say, and they're right, that DJ's got clout in the league. Guys like him around the league. He talks to a lot of people, and like it's time. We've got cap space, we've got picks. You know, it's now or never to figure out. Let's get some names around him. Let's get some guys that fit around him, and let's do this thing. Let's start moving towards winning again and getting back in the playoffs. And I'm with you. Like I don't think we can go out and have another free agency where we just sign a couple role players here and there. We've done that, and that hasn't worked. We need to go out and pursue somebody. We need to look at the trade market. We need to look. I know not a lot of teams will ever trade top draft picks, but you know, if we don't get lucky in the lottery, we've at least got to see what people are willing to look at to move up in the draft for our picks and stuff like that. Because I agree, I think DJ could be a championship point guard, but not with the team as is. And if we whiff on this offseason, I think you're absolutely right. You're looking at like a complete tear down and start over, because after that, you're going to have guys, you know, time to get paid, locked into contracts, you know, not as many draft picks on the board. Either that, or you're stuck with these 3 draft picks where you've got 3 rookies who, by the time that they're ready to go, it might be DJ exiting his prime, and then your window with them is closed. Yeah. I don't know. What you think, Clan?
Hold on. I just want to interject here. One quick point, last point before Clan goes. Like, as far as the trade market goes, we have tradable assets. I mean, I would love for Josh Richardson to stay, honestly. I think he's been fantastic. I think everybody wants him to stay right now. But he's also can get you back a lot of value. So I'm sure they're going to kind of tinker and see what they can get back for him. I think Josh Richardson makes Doug McDermott expendable. Doug McDermott definitely can get you back something decent. Jakob Poeltl, I know we all love him, but if depending on who we land in free agency or trade, he's a guy that could be expendable and get you back a lot, because most teams, if not all, are going to look at him as a starting center in the NBA. So we have a lot of tradable assets, not just in our draft picks, but in our current players as well, especially guys that we know aren't going to be a part of this team for the long haul. So go ahead, Clan.
Yeah, no, I was going to say the Spurs can have both. Like, I don't necessarily think you have to have one or the other. I think that they could literally, with all of these picks, because, I mean, they got all these picks for a reason. I don't think you have to go the whole OKC route necessarily. I will say this, you don't have a player to build around right now. Like, even though I'm super high on what Primo can be, he's not that now. And I'm not expecting him to be that for the next couple years. So you can't just have the mindset to build around him. And Dejounte Murray, he's the type of player where he has a lot of good tools in his toolbox. But if you're going to be the superstar, you really need to be able to really affect the game with your shot creation at all times. You need to be a dynamic scorer, and he's not that. So I think that the Spurs, with all these picks that they have, we have a lot of leverage. We have a lot of cap space. They can do both. They can have their cake, eat it. They can do both. You can literally get some really great players in this draft that you can potentially eventually build around. And I mean superstar talent. And then going into, this offseason as far as free agency, you can get an Ayton. You will have enough space to get an Ayton. And you can get Zach LaVine, as you talked about. And that would automatically put you back in the playoff contention, playoff race. And yeah, you can still build those foundation, those three guys or whatever that you get out of the draft, along with Primo. Devin Vassell's still growing, and they can get that experience that actually would mean something, because now you have stars on the team. Now you have guys that are going to legitimately be there through championship runs, potentially, hopefully. So yeah, I think you can do both. I think this offseason is going to be huge. And honestly, unfortunately, I don't think that we'll get this chance again, because this team, they're good enough to be mediocre. And yeah, I don't know if our draft picks are definitely going to make us better. So we're going to be right back where we are next season if the draft picks don't pick up, or if we don't get anybody in the free agency that's any good. So I think this is our one shot, and I think we need to take it. But I don't think, I'll be honest, all honesty, I don't think you can build around DJ. I mean, I don't think that makes any sense.
Well, I see. Well, just to counter just a bit on the entire build around DJ thing, I think you can build around him, seeing in mind that he can be like Sushil said, he can be a championship point guard. He can be a playoff point guard. He can be your starting point guard on a relatively good team. But you can't bear in mind that he's going to be your best player, or the player who's going to carry you to a championship.
Well, I thought.
Who's going to
Wait, I thought that would be building around him though.
When I hear build around, I always think about him when I hear the word build around, I think of it in the terms of, this is a cornerstone piece. This is a foundational piece. You only have 2 or 3 of those guys on your team. If you mention like guys like, yeah, he's your best player, then yeah, of course not.
See, I thought when I hear build around, I think build around as in you get players around him that complements him.
Like he's the focal point of the. Yeah, well then yeah, of course not.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like you get it like Trae Young, like you build around Trae Young. You get Duncan, obviously, Giannis. You build around Giannis. You get guys around Giannis that can shoot, threes. LeBron James, same thing. Like you build. I don't see how you could build around DJ. Like DJ can be somebody who's going to be with the team long term, but I don't know if you can.
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't have one of those guys yet to build around. So you
gotta
exactly make do with what you have. So I mean, I do get his point. Like you have to be able to build the team with that guy in mind, not necessarily already having him. So while DJ may not be the number one option, you've got to keep him in mind as, here's how he's going to fit next to guys like that. And you can feasibly go out and get people that play well around him and would also play well around your idea of that franchise cornerstone.
Well, I guess it wouldn't matter. I was going to say, are we talking about lottery or free agency?
Well,
both.
It can be both. I mean, you have to look at San Antonio and say, well, even there's worse teams than us who have a guy that they're building around. The Pistons, when you look at I don't want to say OKC, but they have guys that they could build around, feasibly build around, like Sushil said. Like there are teams in the league who have that guy. San Antonio does not currently have that guy. DJ is fantastic. DJ, I like everything that he does because he does a bit of everything. But at the same time, you need a number one option. I think the big thing that management has noticed the last like 2 years really is that besides when we had DeMar, we did not have that option. We didn't have a guy that we were looking at saying, yeah, he can be that person in a couple of years. And I think there's been a little bit of an avoidance of that because the last time that we had that really and truly was Kawhi. And ever since Kawhi left, it was DeMar. And ever since DeMar left, it's kind of been a vacancy. There hasn't really been that specific option, you know? And that's not me even hating on DJ or saying that DJ isn't anything. He's great. But at the same time, you saw how far, to a certain extent, DJ by himself with pieces that don't fit around him. And I think that's another thing that we've noticed is we have pieces, we have players, we have guys, we have names, but they don't really fit together all that well.
So
once you trade Derek White, we fit together a bit better because at least guys had defined roles. But even in the playing game, it was a lot of just it felt very segmented, and that's how the team feels a lot of the time. It's very segmented. There's segments of the team that fit together, but some of the other pieces don't fit together.
Exactly.
What would fit with DJ?
I don't know, a pick and roll big man that can catch a lob.
Yeah, lob threat over the top. You need a power forward who's an offensive stretch and can score kind of all around the basket and in the mid range. I mean,
that's
we're
like
doing all right
team.
with like our wings.
That's like every team.
Even like a post up power forward or a post up center, a guy who can score on his own in the post, but also stretch it a bit, but also pass the ball just a bit. Not asking for Jokic, but saying somebody who understands how to create their own shot, how to play off the pick and roll, which is mainly why I want to draft, specifically in the draft.
We can talk about guys that can fit like scheme wise, like he can run the pick and roll effectively, or he's a 42% effective 3-point shooter. We could talk about that. That stuff all day long, but Harrison, we said it, and and Impeccable and Destin, we said it in the chat. What we need an alpha. We need a level 1, tier 1 guy. We don't have that. Dejounte and Keldon are like tiers, I'd say 3 and 4 at best. Maybe you could argue DJ's tier 2, but I think the playing game, I know I'm not trying to take too much away from one game. I mean, you can't ignore the fact that in 2 playing games, he's 9 for 36. So in the 2 biggest games of his career with the spotlight on him, he completely shrunk. Again, I know it's a very small sample size. I'm not trying to overreact to just that. But look, the point still stands. This team needs an alpha. I'm not saying like they're obviously going to land him in free agency or trade or anything, but like, Giannis, KD, Steph, LeBron, I'm not saying that good, but just that kind of player, maybe just a notch below. Like, I don't know how that's going to happen. I mean, I don't know, like I said, if Zach LaVine or DeAndre Ayton can kind of be that, fill that void. I don't know if we're just going to have to get lucky, like we've been saying, Harrison, in like the draft, like the Bucks with Giannis, or I'm trying to think of who else we talked about, but you get my point. Like, we need that player, that alpha dog that we all thought was once upon a time was going to be Lonnie. Like, we need that. I don't care about this guy can, shoot the pick and roll jumper effectively at 42.3%. Like, we need an alpha. We need a top tier dog, and we need him bad, because if we don't get that, all of this talk is going to be for nothing, and we're going to be stuck where we're at for the significant future. I want to say I completely agree with Maddie. Like, I understand like getting a pick and roll player, a guy that can catch lobs, but that's like every team, right? Like teams that won championships. I mean, unless we're talking about maybe the Warriors, where not necessarily, but they had McGee when they won, right? The last one. Did they have McGee at one point? Yeah. Yeah. I was just saying, my main thing is, I think when we're talking about build around a player, I think that is somebody that can complement DJ for sure. Like, he could use that. He obviously utilized it with Jakob, and he gets a lot of his assists that way off the pick and roll. But I just don't think that that's necessarily something that is essential for, like, obviously you need that, but that's almost like every team kind of needs that. I think we just need a guy who's a dynamic scorer and who's that guy. And I'm hoping, obviously I keep saying it, but Primo, he has the attitude, he has the skill set that he can grow into that.
But until then, yeah, we just need that. Well, I mean, I don't care what position that is, and then that will be a guy I build around.
Well, I mean, to your point, Clan, like you're saying, yeah, that's every team. I mean, it is. Like if you look at that Warriors team we were just talking about, no, maybe not like the high flying big, but you know, they had a ball handler who had gravity, they had a spot up shooter, they had a 3-and-D wing, they had a 4 who could D up and stretch the floor and handle, do a little bit of everything. And then Andrew Bogut for a while was that stalwart guy setting those hard screens for those pick and rolls. I mean, you look at the Sixers when they're at their best, they've got Joel Embiid kind of doing a little bit of everything. They have their point guard play. I mean, that's what they say fell apart with Ben Simmons and all that, was just not being able to make the correct way with Embiid and get that team going. I mean, you look at the Bucks, they've got Brook Lopez when he's out there setting these stalwart screens. He kind of plays that stretch role while Giannis gets to play the inside as the 4. So they do it reverse, but they've got one big man in, one big man out. And yeah, I know Bogut just admitted to setting a bunch of moving screens. That was funny, but I mean, hey, he got away with them. But like Denver, they've got Jokic. He does a little bit inside and out. And then they have Aaron Gordon who can do a little bit inside and out. That they've got when he's healthy, they've got that point guard in Jamal Murray. They've got your spot up shooters on the wings and things like that. And you're, I mean, granted, Michael Porter Jr. has been out most of the year, but you know, there's your spot up shooter, good defender. It's a formula in this modern league, and I think it's a formula we need to try to replicate a little bit. You know, obviously they've been kind of trash this year, but the Hawks, they tried to replicate that same kind of Warriors formula. And I'll give you, the other night against the Hornets, the Hawks looked incredible after a terrible season. I mean, they ran them out of the building with that same formula. Yeah, man. Like Clint Capella, when he's playing that over-the-top lob threat, gobbling up those rebounds, setting those screens for Trae Young, and then they've got Kevin Huerter hitting, DeAndre Hunter's playing like that Harrison Barnes role. I mean, they looked unstoppable. Like we have a couple pieces to get there. We just, like we said, we need those guys.
And it won't matter if, like, the guy that you're talking about, like that power forward that can kind of shot create, be kind of a pillar of offense. It won't matter, because I just think about LaMarcus Aldridge, and we would still need somebody who can be, like Maddie said, you know, an alpha. We don't really have that. We don't have a guy that.
Well, the thing with LaMarcus was, how many times did you see him play off ball and go out for the 3? Even when he said he was going to change his game, he really didn't. You know, that last season.
That was the last season, though, right?
Yeah, I know, but when I think of Aldridge with the Spurs, I think of trying to move the ball and everything, and him just sitting on the block, calling for it to turn around and take his fadeaway jumpers. Well, how many times you hear fans screaming at him to go to the rim or to clear out of the paint so we can move the ball? And how many times do we have Leonard bumping into him on shots and DeMar bumping into him on drives to the basket? Like, the plan was there with that, but I don't feel like that was a fully good execution of that.
That's true.
I agree.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I think LA, even to what you're voicing, I think he kind of skewed our perception of what a power forward or a primary scorer at the 4 is supposed to do. LA, by all means, didn't play system basketball, really. He played his game, which is very ISO dependent, very get to my spot, I will score. I'm not really going to even pass it back out. If I pass it back out, it's for you to pass me back the ball so that I can get to my spot and score. And sometimes it would work, and it was good for 20, 22, 23 a night. But at the same time, when it didn't work, when he got keyed in on defense and nobody else was really able to do anything, that's when we saw it create a lot of trouble. His off-ball play was never really there. And that's because, and that's the main reason actually why he even came to Spurs, because he thought he was going to have that opportunity all of a sudden with Tim going out, Kawhi not being what he became the immediate season after he signed, essentially. He ran from Portland basically under the assumption that, guess what, Damian Lillard is here. He kind of does what I do at the guard position. I'm not really trying to even bump heads. I want to be the number 1 option. I want to be the main scorer. I don't really want to bump heads with him on offense or on anywhere else. So I'm going to go to a team in which I feel as though I could be the number 1 scoring option. So that goes into the entire thing. What we're at now, we have complementary players. We have guys that are supposed to complement a main player. We don't have a supplementary player. We don't have that guy that we were going to say, this is our cornerstone, our rock, the foundation of what this team is built off. DJ does a lot of those things, but he is like the peak of the complementary. And then you have tertiary players under him, like a Devin Vassell, like a Jakob Berg, who do things, but don't do them at such a level that you can really say, yeah, if I was to lose this guy, this is going to break the team. They do great things that raise the ceiling of the team and raise the floor of the team, but we don't have that real trendsetter on the team right now that, you know, is supposed to be that guy that we're building around. We're supposed to do that, use the draft to find that guy, and you would hope to do it in free agency, but then free agency is a risk, especially when you are a smaller market team, you know? So really and truly, your best bet is doing it through the draft, and with we have the 9th pick in the draft right now. And, you know, we have a 20% chance of getting a higher pick, but who knows how that entire thing. You're looking at being close, but not really where you want to be, especially in a draft like this, where the biggest thing, the biggest selling point of this draft is the power forward position.
Hey, can we talk about Lonnie Walker?
Yeah. Let's hit on that, because I know we all had some feelings there. Maddie, take it away, man, because I know you've got some words for him and some words just about everything going on there.
Yeah, I mean, look, everybody in the chat that didn't see him, assuming everybody did, you know, liking tweets after the game about how Lonnie needs to play more, just some real childish. I mean, I get it. I mean, I've been in that spot. I know what it's like. But man, you're in the NBA and a professional. And honestly, if I have one thing to say about that, I'd say he's got some damn nerve. Like, he's got some damn nerve to pull some childish crap like that. And I mean, I know it's not the biggest deal in the world, but like, man, you've been on the team for 4 years, and you've had nothing but chances for like the past almost 2.5, you could argue, and you've done absolutely nothing with it. Like, he's shown what he's capable of, but he's shown that he's not capable of being consistent. I remember in the 2020-2021 season, I always go to the Bucks game I always go to is when the Spurs are in town, obviously. And I watched this man drop 32 points, 34 points, like casually, in a close, you know, neck and neck game against the future NBA champs last season. And then the next game, I kid you not, he dropped 4 points. That is the story of Lonnie's career as a Spur. It is the most frustrating, like, unexplainable thing I've ever seen. You look at his, like, you go like on the Spurs app and you look at his like scoring stats and you scroll through. I mean, my God, it's like 6, 4, 8, 10, 7, and then 22, 23, 18, 20, 4, 3, 7, 9, 12. Like, there's no consistency with this guy. You literally like never know what you're going to get, and it's frustrating because you've seen what he's capable of. But he just has shown that he's not capable of being consistent. He doesn't have a consistent bone in his body. And time after again, he's had opportunities. He's just come up flat. And I don't know if it's a mental thing or, you know, if he just doesn't have confidence in himself, whatever. But, I mean, he just hasn't shown anything. And he's going to be a restricted free agent this offseason. So, you know, in my eyes, if another team offers him money, let him go. If nobody does and he's willing to sign for a really, really cheap deal, I mean, keep him maybe. But honestly, I'd rather see him walk at this point.
Well, and Maddie, to your point, like, you brought out consistency, and like it was where we were talking the other night. We're all in a chat together talking during this Pelicans game, and Lonnie comes out, hits a couple shots, and we're like, okay, like, he's one of the only advantage creators we have on this team who could go out and get his own shot. But then talking about consistency, if you look at him on the defensive end, holy crap. Trey Murphy and Herb Jones were running all over him on defense. It was missed assignment after missed assignment, you know, ball watching on backdoor cuts, like rookie mistakes. And, you know, that he's getting pulled for that, and we didn't see him play a whole lot. But, I mean, you're right, man. We've seen granted, Clan and I were having an argument about Tracy McGrady the other day, and I kept using the phrase, look at his full body of work, not just his fourth quarters. And like that's what I'll say about Lonnie is like full body of work. I know everyone gets tantalized because he had a couple of these 20-point games at the end of the season, but I gotta look at his full body of work. You know, the guy shuts down if his shot isn't falling. I mean, and then on top of that, he just looked checked out after the game too. I mean, I'm pretty sure, given his like after game comments, he wants nothing to do with San Antonio anymore. His Twitter likes are all oh, free Lonnie. Lonnie should have played more minutes and stuff like that. And I mean, they asked him about next season. He was like, "What's up to my agent?" and all that kind of stuff. I was like, "Good God!" But yeah, I think he's gone too. And I can't say I'm all that unhappy about it. I think it's probably for the best.
I started noticing that he got more and more. I call it like a little bit of arrogance, which I kind of liked because he was playing more aggressive near the end of the season. But his comments after games got way more. It was way different as of late.
Yeah.
And that was definitely one of those comments where he's like, "Oh, you know, take it up with my agents." Which, I mean, if you watch the entire thing, it wasn't that bad. But then when you compile that with the likes of he should get more minutes, and there's no way that was the first time that was ever tweeted for him to have an opportunity to like it or like those type of comments.
I feel like if he
weird.
actually wanted to be back, I feel like he would have said something like, you know, "Hey, it's up to my agents to get it done, but yeah, I'd love to." He didn't say that. It was just, "It's up to my agents. We'll see what happens."
Yeah, I want to be back.
I was like, I don't think he really wants to be back.
I wouldn't even say he played offended, really. Like that when I saw how he's playing, when I saw his after the game comments, when I saw his likes on Twitter, I mean, it looked like he was just offended. He was offended that he didn't get more playing time, that he didn't get leaned on more throughout the season, that he feels as though his value isn't being properly treated by San Antonio, which may be, but at the same time, what signs have you really shown? And this isn't even me hating on Lonnie. What signs have you really shown that credits any of those things? Especially where they lean on you for a few games throughout the season, and sometimes you'll drop 20, sometimes you'll drop 15, sometimes you'll drop 27, but other times you'll drop 3 points, 5 points, 6 points, and there'll be no real rhyme or reason for it because you're getting the minutes. And it seems like it's not like a inability or a lack of talent. Mainly, it's a mental blockage. It's overthinking the game. It's making things more complicated than they need to be. It's the avoidance of contact. I mean, it's the small things.
I want to add on to that, because if you guys remember, the reason why he failed to us to begin with, because of the injury situation, because a lot of teams, you know, wasn't sure if he would get injured again. He was injury prone. And even with us, when he first came, he was injury prone. But one thing I want to add is maybe because he definitely played a little more hesitant during that stretch, right? Like when he first came to the league, he was definitely more hesitant. We always wondering, "Oh man, come on, you can do it. You know, it's gonna be all right." But he was always kind of playing a little aback, and I wonder if that just kind of carried him. Not so much that he still is afraid of an injury, but more that it's more of a habit now, like that kind of checking out at certain times. I don't know, but I think as of late, the last like month, he's been very good. I would say that he's been really good. I've been enjoying seeing Lonnie play. But then at the same time, man, it's just really strange that your whole attitude changed all of a sudden. Or at least we didn't see this coming to the point now you're kind of voicing your opinion without voicing your opinion. The likes on Twitter was just way weird to me, because that was not something that he's done ever. I don't remember.
He did that at the beginning of the season. You remember when they didn't extend him?
He did.
He was like tweeting shit out like, "Oh, they're gonna see," but we did not see. He did the same shit this season that he did last season.
It was the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest thing in his biggest game of the year. I just want to say this real quick.
Yeah.
His biggest game of the year. I forget how much it was he scored, but it was a really pivotal game. And I remember right as we were winning that game, he started crying. He started tearing up on the side of the court. He was wiping his eyes and everything. You could see the tear stains on his face. I was like, man, he's taking this to heart. He's really emotional and really like, he took this game to heart. It's not like just a big performance type of game. It means something to him. And I feel as though, really and truly, I don't want to say he's emotional right now, but maybe he's going through things. Maybe he feels some type of way. Maybe he feels like he's disappointed to a certain extent and how his career has gone thus far. Maybe he had higher expectations than what he's provided thus far. And maybe he feels as though he can't really grow into the player he's supposed to be in San Antonio, and that might be the case, honestly. So it's just a weird situation overall with Lonnie Walker. I would assume the Spurs are going to extend the qualifying offer to him so that he becomes a restricted free agent. But as is right now, I have zero clue if they will.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
I think he's gone too. But
yeah,
guys, I'll tell you, Clan's hosting this stream right now. It's storming where he is, and he could very well lose power in the next few minutes. So we're gonna call it right here. We've hit about an hour here, but just to let y'all know, we are going to be doing this weekly to the best of our abilities. Obviously, life gets in the way sometimes, but we're going to be trying to do like an hour and a half, just covering, hell, maybe some of the same things, maybe some different things, just things that hit home to us, things that we've seen that are big issues amongst the Spurs communities on social media. And like I said, it is a podcast, so we'll try to incorporate a couple of chat things in there without making it too much like a regular YouTube live stream. But go sub to the channel. Clan just put the link in the description. Once we get the capabilities, we're gonna be able to stream from that channel directly. And we'll be over there for the most part, and Clan can have his channel back here and keep it popping off like he normally does. But yeah, go give my channel a subscribe at Swishil on YouTube. Whenever Impeccable drops his channel, we'll be dropping his links in here too. And then if Maddie decides to roll with the channel, we'll get his links in here. If not, Maddie, what's your Twitter handle?
Oh, no, you guys can just, good luck finding me.
Oh, shit. Hey, to the FBI agents listening in on this podcast.
Good luck.
Catch me if you can.
Oh, just know, if you want to find my Twitter, you just log on anytime during a Spurs game, and you'll find my tweets eventually.
But also, hey, Sleepy World just said it seems a little late to start a podcast. First, it's never too late to start. Me and Maddie and Destin, we started our first podcast together like about 2.5 years ago, right? In the middle of the COVID stoppage, and it worked out. We're going to cover a lot of things, like, keep it focused on the Spurs, but also some just general NBA topics, general basketball topics, everything there. There's going to be plenty to talk about and plenty to interact with you guys with. So,
in fact, you can say this early because really this is going towards the next season. We're discussing about this season only because it just ended, but really this is going towards next season. So it's pretty early.
It's perfect time.
Yeah, well, until next time, guys, Clan, hit him with that outro music. Let's get out of here.
Outro music?
I don't know. Don't you have like an outro thing? The stream is ending.
Oh,
you're the one that does this shit, man. Not me.
Man, it's so unprofessional. I swear.
This
music.
Is your channel.
Music has been playing this whole time.
Oh well, hit him with the. You're making me look bad, man. Just hit him with the damn outro. Get my ugly face off the screen. Yeah.
All right, y'all. I'll give it to you later. I love those guys. Yeah. Hey, seriously though, everybody join. Go subscribe to the. This is kind of weird because I wanted to end it, but I can't end it because the Clan the Spurs fan thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. That was fun. But yeah, we're gonna do a podcast every week, and like I said before, where is it? Yeah, here it is. Did any of you guys even subscribe to it? Oh, you guys suck so much. Only 10 more people subscribe to it. Only 17. You ruined my perfect outro. Good night, Step Clan. Guys, can you go subscribe to this? Please go subscribe to this. I know it's no videos yet, but we just recorded the first video technically, and we're gonna start adding it on there. So go subscribe to our channel, please. Views from the Raptors, and I will drop that here once again. What is the channel? Here's the channel. I'm dropping it right here. Go join that, because that's gonna be our podcast, and we're gonna pop that off. That should be pretty fun. Oh, I had no idea you stream too. I watch a lot of. Yeah, I try to do it because what's today? Friday. I try to do it every single Friday. I'm a sub. Thank you. I try to do it every Friday. Sometimes that don't always work out, but I try to do it every Friday. Another thing that you probably didn't know is that I'm going to do a giveaway. Now I'm going to start doing trivia because we did trivia a couple months ago, in which we did a trivia prize and everything. But the last Friday of the month, this time I'm going to do a giveaway for the DJ jersey because that was never given out, because the person never messaged me back. So I'm going to give it to a random member, YouTube or Patreon member. I'm just going to give it to a random person. So if you guys want to, wait, I can't encourage you to do that. if you want to just support the channel, please just support the channel, Patreon, YouTube members. But yeah, I'm just going to give it to a random person. I was on the same page with you on your opinion the other day where Pop won't tell his players to lose, but he can coach in a way to lose. Yeah, that's what I thought. And he won't admit that. I don't think Pop would admit that. Nor do I think fans should really trip about it. I think Pop gets a lot of hate, but it's like, you can go either way with it. Like, you can either say, wow, why is Pop playing so hard or coaching so hard? We should get another coach so they won't coach as hard so we can lose. Or you can say, why is Coach Pop putting out these lineups that's making us lose? Like, whatever you want to say. First and foremost, no matter who he put out there, we wouldn't have had a good season. So yeah, you got to get that out of the way first. And second, I think this last game was very indicative of Pop's philosophy on this. We did not need to be in a position to make the playoffs. I'm sorry. And that's like we said on the pod, well, Impeccable said it, like, what experience did not help with this last game at all. So all season we've seen Pop pull out hot players. Yeah, I think it's on purpose. I think it was on purpose. At first, early in the season, I didn't believe it. I was just like, no, I don't think so. It's just, they're on certain minutes. But now it's like, no, I see it more. People were right on it. They were right on. But but also, this isn't like an excuse to bash Pop. Pop is the greatest coach of all time. He's been fine. And if he had a star, I have no doubt that Pop could get to another championship. It's definitely better for the team, but did I want to see more Spurs ball? Well, we all did, but we're going to have a fun offseason. Now this gives, especially on this channel, this gives us so much room just to do whatever we want. We can talk about whatever we want. We're not boggled down by this terrible season discussing what happened last game, when it was really nothing happened last game, but we played mediocre and lost. So at least we can talk about the future a little bit more. We can get more experimental. We can talk about what a super team might look like. Can we have a super team next season? I think we could. It's dependent, but I think we could. All right, guys, I'm about to go ahead and get off. It's starting to storm where I'm at. But like I said, I appreciate all the love. And if you guys want to support the channel, I probably should show it here. You can go to the YouTube channel and click join. I also got the link in the description for that. So you can click join, or I have a link for this as well. You can go to Patreon and you can, become a member here as well. So thus far, we only have 30 patrons, but hopefully it grows, especially in this off season. It's tough being a content creator for one team. And I'm hoping that this channel can pop off soon. So you guys keep supporting me. It helps me continue to do good content. But yeah, so only two. I'm only asked for 2. If you want to give more, that's fine. But I'm only asked for 2. So, but yeah, the more the merrier, and it really helps me. So I love you. I love all of you. COG, No Mercy, who just found out that I live stream sometimes, at least once a week. I love you too. All right, I'll give it to you guys later, man. Deuces. Oh, I can't leave you like that. I'm sorry, I can't leave you like that. I remember you saying we could potentially trade up to a top 4. What steps would the Spurs need to do to do that? You would just have to trade. Probably, I mean, I'm assuming if we got 9, okay, if we don't get top 4, obviously it'll probably be 9. You would have to trade your 9th, obviously. And you probably would also have to trade away some pretty decent players. Maybe Keldon. I think DJ would get you there in that top 4. I don't know if that would be worth it though. But Keldon and maybe for sale. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just assuming. My only thing was if you get in the lottery, it makes it way easier than if you weren't. If we would have made the playoffs, there's no way you're trading up to the top 4. But that 9th gives you a little bit more leverage. So potentially, maybe we could do it with that. So that was my take. I don't know. But anyways, I'll give it to you guys later. We'll talk about it more, and I'll learn more about everything coming up. And I have so many draft prospects to talk about too. But yeah, support the channel. Deuces.